What's up, everybody? Bad Batch Season 3 continued its run to be the best season of the show yet with another really good episode. There will be spoilers here in my breakdown, so you've been warned. Now let's get into episode 9. This one opened up back on Pabu as the team awaits the intel that Fennec Shan promised them on the M-Count bounties at the end of last week's episode. But while they're waiting, Omega and Batcher stumble upon a ship that belongs to none other than the former assassin, Asajj Ventress. She found them on Pabu after Fennec reached out to her last week, which I did predict, slight flex, and she's going to test Omega's midichlorian levels. During her first test, which Ventress later tells her she failed, Crosshair checks the database and finds out who she really is, and so the crew is no longer comfortable with her being around Omega. Ventress senses that, so she sends Omega off to receive a white flower from the big tree on Pabu as she squares off with the Batch. It starts out in a really cool hand-to-hand fight where Ventress just dominates and shows off her far superior skill set, and the team just doesn't stand a chance. But when Crosshair's knocked down, he gets them their weapons back, and they keep going at it as Ventress ignites her yellow blade. But even with their weapons, they're no match for her as Omega comes back to see her brothers on the ground and in the air being choked, defeated. They regroup on the Marauder as Hunter, Wrecker, and Crosshair voice their distrust and disdain in Ventress because she's a war criminal, but Omega places her trust in the former assassin, just like she did in Crosshair, and she's kind of in the right here because technically the Council pardoned Ventress, but that's in the book Dark Disciple. So, the next day, Omega goes back with Ventress and they go out into the waters of Pabu to complete the final test. After Omega just gives up, Ventress shows off a bit and summons some of the fish to the surface, but accidentally calls up a massive creature. When the beast pulls them under, the team, who are back on the island keeping an eye on them from afar, which Ventress notices and senses, jump in the Marauder and go out to the rescue. However, Ventress tells Omega they're only making things worse and she can take care of it using beast control to tame the creatures they are picked up by the crew. With the test complete, Ventress prepares to depart and she tells Omega that she doesn't have a high M count level, but when she and Wrecker leave to go get food, Crosshair and Hunter call her out on her lie, and she gives them the spew about having to leave uh, and no connections and everything if she's to be trained. Obviously, they're having none of that, as Ventress warns them they're not safe, and when her safety is questioned, she gives a tease to the book Dark Disciple, confirming it remains canon, saying she's got a few lives left. Now, that was another really good episode from Season 3. I love me some Ventress, but now that I've read Dark Disciple, I really love me some Ventress running it as a good guy. Like, since I've read Dark Disciple, I've rewatched the arc in the Clone Wars where Ahsoka gets framed and leaves, and the Ventress stuff in that is just 10 times better after reading the book. I also thought it was a smart move to have her lie to Omega. Like, it gives us fans the satisfaction of knowing our theories these past couple years that she was force sensitive weren't so crazy, but also it doesn't like radically change the dynamic of the show because she's just going to stay put and now she doesn't think she's force sensitive. Then, anytime one of the books I've read gets a mention in a show or a movie, I'm thrilled. So this is a real fun episode for me personally. And so that'll do it for my breakdown of episode 9 from the Bad Batch season 3. As I've said a couple times, another really strong episode from this season, which honestly might be my favorite season already, just past the halfway mark. But let me know what you thought of this one down in the comments below and make sure you have a great day.